Overall, we definitely had our downs, and all I ever tried to do was live up to the expectations that she was setting for me.
Niko Sila says in his role as Green Bay East football coach and manager of student engagement, attendance, and advocacy, he had a complicated relationship with former principal Lori Frerk.
Like, I didn't know what she wanted me to do in my role, or she would tell me this, tell me that. It was everywhere.
On November 14th, 2023, Frerk met with district officials to talk about job performance concerns she had about Sila. 2 days later, Frerk says she approached Sila about an interaction he had with colleagues she felt was inappropriate. She says the next day she was told Sila went to then Superintendent Claude Tiller about her.
Mr. Sila was probably thinking that I was trying to get to him and have him lose his job, but that was absolutely not in the plan.
Did you feel that way?
Most definitely.
What was in the plan was to try to make him better. Mr. Sila does a great job with students and making connections with parents and so forth.
Yeah, I went to Dr. Tiller because I just felt like no one was listening. I just felt like our HR people weren't listening.
Both Sila and Frerk say mediation was set up for them to work together, but both say the situation didn't improve. Through an open records request to the district, Fox 11 obtained documentation showing Frerk filed a complaint on January 23, 2024, alleging Sila violated policy for how he responded to a fight at the school.
I'm Mr. Niko, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
2 weeks later, while the investigation of that complaint was being conducted, Sila was in Atlanta with Superintendent Tiller to recruit minority teachers to Green Bay. The trip included Tiller appearing on a radio show.
This young brother in back of me, Brother Niko, he's one of the few that when I first came on board, we hugged and we dapped each other. Now his principal at the high school is coming after him. Because they say, oh, you that close to Dr. Tiller, He comes in here and speaks to you, don't speak to us. So they coming after him. This wicked witch, she's leaving at the end of this year. She's moving on, but she's doing everything in her possible to get him. The first thing they say, oh, me? Well, BITCH, of course it's you.
For those comments, Tiller was put on administrative leave and eventually resigned.
It's taken a long time to get over it, but it really hurt because I was notified of that radio show in the comments. I was notified of that on my parents' 60th wedding anniversary.
Our records request shows a week after the radio appearance, the school district sent Sila a letter letting him know it was determined he did not violate policy for how he handled the fight the previous month. The letter from HR Director Mary Blahnik stating the allegations contained within the complaint were unsubstantiated. At about the same time, students were coming forward with their own complaints about Sila. An email from a student to Frerk states Mr. Niko asked to wear my light-up glasses, which I recently just bought. I allowed him to wear them. The student then details asking Sila for the glasses back several times over a few-week period. The student says Sila eventually told them, "You should just let my daughter keep them." The student says they felt pressured, so they said all right. In the same email, the student also accused Sila of asking for a drink they had, and when they tried asking him why he doesn't buy his own, Sila told the student, "After all these years I've been with you, all the support I've given you, I've known you since you were born. Come on." Through our records request, the district provided 3 other February 2024 documents outlining student concerns related to Sila accepting food or drink without paying. 2 of the complaints indicating it's a well-known issue among students and staff. What do you make of those claims?
Well, definitely, false, because I always give back to our students and stuff.
Sila says he's always paid students back if they provided him food or drink.
It was never brought to my attention with, the food things with the students.
Were those concerns ever addressed?
When I was there, no, we were trying. Again, it was stopped. Once the Dr. Tiller thing hit and so forth, it just kind of stopped. All those things just stopped. And I don't know why. I was not part of that. He was not part of our building anymore, so they just stopped. And we were asked to stop interviewing kids.
Frerk says that came from the district's HR director at the time. At that point, Tiller was already on leave for his radio comments. Sila briefly was transferred to work at Nicolay Elementary, but returned to East High after Frerk left, taking a superintendent job in Arcadia. It's a position she accepted 2 weeks before Tiller did his Atlanta radio interview.
I said that if he ever comes back to East, I didn't think that would be the right thing. But if he were to come back to East, he should be on a plan of assistance so that it could improve some of the areas that we were looking at for his improvement. I'm not sure what they did with that overall. My guess is by listening to all these things, he was not put on a plan of assistance.
We have sent a list of questions to the school district, including, were student concerns addressed in February 2024? If so, how? If they weren't addressed, why not? How were Frerk's concerns dating back to November 2023 addressed? If these concerns were not addressed, did Sila's relationship with Tiller play a role in the lack of action? The district has not responded to our questions. Communications Director Lori Blakesley did tell us in an email that no one would be doing any interviews regarding the records requests about Mr. Sila. The board has made a decision, and this matter is now concluded. We also reached out to Tiller, but he hasn't responded. As Fox 11 has previously reported, part of Tiller's resignation settlement requires him to pay $50,000 if he were to make any disparaging comments about the district.
We need accountability!
Many East students and parents have shown their support for Sila with his recent dismissal, holding protests for him and showing up to school board meetings. Sila says he wishes better expectations for his role were set from the start. He believes more help when concerns were raised might have prevented his dismissal. Now he plans to run for school board and start his own youth mentoring program.
I hope, our community and our district sees that all I'm trying to do is help us progress and elevate.
If you'd like to take a look at the documents we received in our records request, we have them in this story on fox11online.com. That's also where you'll find our previous coverage on Sila's recent dismissal. For Fox 11 Investigates, I'm Ben Krumholz.